Next, we might as well do now the yen pair. So we're going to look at the pound yen, the euro yen, and basically we call it a day. We did the dollar yen, so let's take a look at, since we have a short covering in the euro Aussie, we might as well look at the euro yen. How's that? That is a good one. As you remember, we had a structure point of 97.02, and we had a second structure point of 97.32, and the plan was to buy it above that, and we did push higher. On Thursday we had a big momentum day, and on Friday we put a high of 98.40. That closing at 98.07 technically is a sell signal, but since I have, it's coming above two structural points, so my bias is still to the upside, and I will buy it. The previous daily high is the 98.17, so I'm gonna buy the Aussie yen, and you can see it here on the intraday chart. You can see the nice trend to the upside. It is moving brilliantly, and all what we have is this correction. But what is interesting about this correction, guys? This is what we like to be looking at. We're looking for certain telltales to tell us which way the market is going. We have now at 98.17, looking at the prior trend, that's a failure to make a high. That is your intraday structure. It broke through the intraday structure, then it should have capitulated. It's the same stuff that I was showing you about the one of the pairs. I'm sorry, I can't remember right now. I'm a little bit foggy, but it's breaking below the structure. I think it was the America, but it broke through the structure several times with no continuation to the downside, with no capitulation. So now coming back above the structure, that's an indication that this thing is going up, because if you break through the structure, you should capitulate. If you don't capitulate, then you're going into the other direction. So we will buy it above the 98.20. We're going to place our stop, let's say over here. That's our stop below the market side, if you will, or that structure point, which is 97.89, and we are not going to go short unless it trades below the 97.71, because this will be the new structure point. If this fails to go up and starts coming down, this will be the new failure to make a high. That will be the new structural point. So I will be shorting it below the 97. And I like it when I see a chart like this that is clear. It tells the story clearly, and we can pinpoint our entry and exit with something that confirms with a chart structure. So I'm going to buy the euro yen above the 98.20. Our stop is going to be below 97.85, which is the low of the opening range and the structural point. And my structural long point to the upside, I have to find it from the daily, but on the short side, I'm going to go short below 97.71, and the next structure point is the 97.32, and if I take it short below the 97.71, we can use the 97.85 as our stop for the long and the short. Okay, so I need to get the structure long point on the daily. I'm trying to find a point on the chart that gives me a structural point, even if I have to go back 10 years. Because the points that I have on the chart might be a significant point, but not particularly a structure point. I want to make sure that, because this here, as you can see, it has been violated multiple times over here, so it's not really even the testing. Again, we can use it as a significant point, but we cannot call it a structural point because that would be a trend change. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. This is the 166. This is 99.88. And the reason I picked that point is you have this momentum to the upside. It gave you like a congestion over here, and if you wanted to nitpick, this was a structural point and it broke. This is where it stopped. So this, again, the reason I picked this is the extreme point in the capitulation, and therefore it has stopped. It is also pretty much the highs here that you can see. So therefore, if I'm looking for a structural point right now on the way up that would generate a big short covering, again further short covering, and that pretty much would be the 99.88. Yeah, so probably that would be the one. So the structural long point in this case would be the 99.88. Okay, that is the euro yen. We're buying it above 98.20, structure point 99.88, and my stop is 97.85. On the short side, I'm going to go short below 97.71, and the structure, the big one, which is the 97.32, and my stop is going to be one and the same on both, which is the 97, which is the 97.85.